Alain English.
This is a tale of snooker lore, the best game ever played. It took place at the Crucible, where history was made. In the town of Sheffield, all the masses would arrive for the Embassy World Championships in 1985. So they popped the reds with the Q and whites and the yellow, green, brown and blue. So they popped the reds and the pink and black to see the victory through. Steve Davis was the champion, the finest ever seen. With a wooden cue held in his hands, the man was a machine. Now Dennis Taylor was the man whom Davis had to best. The Irishman with massive specs who loved to joke and jest. And the game was set and the players met to dance the final duel. And the game was set and the players met which one of them would rule. Well, Davis couldn't miss a shot and took an 8-frame lead. If Taylor was to win the match, a miracle he'd need. But Taylor mustered all the strength inside him to fight back, to take it to the final frame and then the final black. So the brown piece sinks and the blue went pink to bring him close to winning. So the brown piece sinks and the blue went pink and sends the cue ball spinning. Now Taylor tried to down the black but failed to make the shot and left his deadly adversary with an easy pot. Now Davis came to make the stroke that would see him the victor. To everybody's disbelief, he missed a total sitter. And the black stayed out and there was no doubt the pressure was too much. And the black stayed out and there was no doubt that Davis lost his touch. Now Taylor rose to meet his face had gone all red. And as he sank the black, he raised his cue above his head. The game had gone down to the wire, but somehow he won through it. He wagged his finger to the crowd. I told you I could do it! And the black went down and he won the crown. Oh, what a great game it was. And the black went down and he won the crown to cheering and applause. And the game was done and the battle won upon the final ball. And in history, it is hailed to be the greatest game of all.
One more, darling.
One more?
Yeah, unfortunately for time.
The backwards one.
Eh?
You know.
Oh, forward.
Yes.
Always. It's not in the book.
But there's that time.
It's not in the book though.
It's up to you then.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's the one from your knee that you want to see?
this is this one.
No, I want to watch your new one from your new book.
The one in my new book is this one. It's second.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Do the new one. Girls.
They say that history is written by the winners, by the leaders and the high achieving. That's what your record books would have us believing. But if you read between the lines, if you look behind the lies, you find that real life, real history is not written by the winners, it is written by the losers. So here's to them, here's to the lost and the abandoned, to the abused and the neglected, to the people trapped in vicious cycles, to the confused and the addicted, here's to the powerless and the marginalized, to the clueless and the ignorant, to the ones who are always left behind, to the weak and the incompetent. Here's to the boring, the banal, and the utterly tedious, to the jealous, to the miserable, to the bitter and the envious. Here's to those who let life pass them by and regret lost opportunities, to all the middling in-betweens, to all the mediocrities. Here's to those who would gladly save the world if they could, to the naive, the well-meaning, and the misunderstood. Here's to the doctors, nurses, teachers, all those who are put upon, who sacrifice for other people only to get shat upon. Here's to the immigrants, the slaves and the underpaid workers, to the families, to the fathers and the overworked mothers. Here's to the homeless, to the starving, to the beggars on their knees, to the has-beens that never were and the never going to be's. Here's to those who are lonely, who are always out of love, to the voices who are never heard and who aren't heard often enough, the ones who are never seen. Not the government, not their enemies, but the ones caught in between. I'm talking about those who have lost everything, the deprived and the unfortunate, the ones who do not understand, the innocent and the illiterate, the people condemned to live their lives in a void, the mentally ill and the unemployed, the people in debt who can't pay back their arrears, the ones who are grieving and can't hold back the tears, all the countless victims of brutality and torture, the young and the destitute left without a future. But I'm telling a lie. Here's the reason why. These people are not losers. These people are survivors. Their endurance should inspire us. So while the winners and the toadies take the credit and the glory, let the survivors have a chance to tell the real story.
Thank you.